reason, which is that they were being asked to maximize impressions instead of, maximizing actual clicks and buying things, which is what they should be doing.
When you run an ad campaign on Twitter, you can choose, I think. I'm not really sure what the backend does. I heard the backend tries to maximize money, but you can choose whether you want to run an impressions campaign or whether you want to run a clicks campaign.
Yes, things have changed recently. So we have, basically since the acquisition, I was like, no, guys, we need to maximize relevance, and there actually has been good work in the direction of relevance optimization.
That level of micro-targeting is something a lot of ad buyers now expect, and it's a huge part of how CPMs can get so high on platforms like YouTube.
Regardless of whether they're targeted or not, if your goal is CPMs, you should have a very good idea that someone's going to click on an ad before you show it to them, and you can do this with good ML.
But sometimes these advertisers will serve entirely different versions of the same ad to different demographics.
Can you turn this guy off, please? He's just talking nonsense. Thanks. I've actually, it's difficult to overstate the difficulty of adding stuff to adding features that should be easy to add are not easy to add because the stack complexity is extremely complex.
So can we do refactors for 6 months?
This is it will explode your mind to go through the entire stack. It's like, wow.
Well, but you have to sort
business revenue. So the subscriber revenue and sort of back-end business revenue is really important as we see a rapid decline in brand advertising.
I use the same analogy at comma. Can we afford good food?
Yeah. Well,
it's really important to me.
Yeah, I'm saying we can totally have a good lunch.
All right.
We're not in lunch purgatory for the rest of time. Yeah, I'm saying we can totally have a good lunch.
All right.
We're not in lunch purgatory for the rest of time. We may have gone too far, is what I'm saying. I admit we may have gone too far in cost cutting.
Love
with respect to the lunch. That could be the case, and so we'll have to sort of we may have overcorrected in that regard, and we can fix it. Yeah, well, it's again. I have to a lot of things I should preface by this is what I think someone told me, as opposed to this is the God's honest truth. So that's an important preface for anything I say. What I say may not be true, or at least it's my recollection of what I think someone told me. So I'll take anything I say with a grain of salt.
I have
Dan. I don't think he's supposed to talk. I don't think he wants to talk about Twitter stuff on this without.
I'll talk about that quickly.
I apologize, George.
I will talk about that for a minute. I did actually really appreciate that Elon answered it. Again, I know nothing about this. Everything I know about Twitter's financials comes from public disclosures beforehand, and I'm not just saying that. I actually know nothing about it. So I believe what he said was Twitter's burn is $3 billion, and they have $1 billion in the bank, and that's not a long runway.
It's 4 months or something, right?
Yeah. Totally. So again, things all are above my pay grade. I don't work at Twitter anymore.
Just the one thing I think to be aware of and maybe to factor in is just that I believe that the acquisition put $1 billion of debt expense onto the company. And
Elon did say that.
Yeah,
yes, that's correct.
And so I kind of pressed him in a previous space, and I actually really appreciated him engaging with me on it, just like you're saying. And he I think if I were to summarize sort of his answer, I think he kind of feels well, Twitter was going to get run to the ground if he didn't buy it and stuff. And I don't know if everyone else agrees with that, but I think he kind of sort of insinuated that he was worth it for that $1 billion a year of expenses. But that's the equivalent of probably like the entire company payroll now or something like that, like for one guy. So it's just like, I'm just trying to like wrap my head around it.